me when. Okay. All right, you guys, we're fixing to introduce one of my very good friends, also one of Karen Vogel's very good friends, who is also on the screen. And we thank all of you for coming tonight. But Sharon has a great story to tell. And like I said before, I want to tell y'all something humorous before we go into all the seriousness of everything. Y'all, we used to be king and queen, the life of the party, the dancers on the dance floor. We didn't care if we were dancing with each other. If the men wanted to sit on the sideline, that's what they did, because we loved disco.
The hot flash. We did. We didn't care.
That's right. We didn't care. We didn't care. And because of that stupid, wild, crazy lifestyle, sometimes health challenges come up when you get older in life. But until this wonderful technology came along that helps us with our cell health. So, Miss Sharon, can you tell everybody a little bit about you and Al, how long you've been married, how many kids you have, how many grandkids you have, so they know you're normal people just like the rest of us.
Okay. We've been married 28. We've been together for 30 years. And we have 9 grandkids and 2 great grandkids. So, and we've lived a very eventful life, and you know that.
I do. We have walked through life journeys. For sure. The tough, the rough, and then all the good, and we celebrate all the good.
That's right.
Okay. So, can you tell me a little bit and tell our guest here tonight what your lifestyle was like before Mr. Al started experiencing any health challenges?
Yeah. Well, he's always, when he was a child, I mean, he's always had a motorcycle and was very active. We had dirt bikes. We would always, go up in the woods and do with the, what do you call it, the ATVs and all that. So he was very active. He worked hard and he played hard. That describes him very well. So when 2021 came around, first of all, he worked at Huntsman as a technician, and so he would work on analyzers, and that required going to certain areas in his plant, whether he walked or, took a bike, and he was climbing up and down, stairs and everything, working on analyzers. And when 2021 came around, he started having knee issues. Well, he would come home and he'd be a little swollen and everything, and he would put ice on it and try to patch him up and put him back out, to go to work. Anyway, we end up having to go to his regular doctor, and the doctor goes, "No, I can't do no steroid shots. You're going to have to get a specialist." So we did find us an orthopedic specialist out of Houston. And so you go, and everybody's going, "Oh my God, you just get this one shot and you're going to be good to go. It'll last a year." Well, it didn't do that for Al. He went and got his shot, and within 2 to 3 months later, here he was with a swollen knee, with all, having pain again. And so, they gave him meloxicam was what they gave him. And, they don't hand out pain pills. I'm telling you, they just tell you you're just going to have to suck it up. So they started doing the steroid shots and pulling fluids off of his knee until, it just got so horrible. He said, "Let's just do an MRI and let's just see what we need to do. And let's see what kind of state your knee is in." So we went in. He says, "We need to clean up your meniscus. It looks like it's torn. So let's go in there and clean it up." So that's what he did. And that was at the end of October, at the end of 2021 in October. So he was off up until probably in 22 of March, and he goes back to work. Well, he goes to work, and he's not even there for a full month. And here he goes. That knee starts swelling again. He's having those issues. So in April, we went and saw the doctor, and he was just like, "Oh my God, I just don't know what's going on," because it was, the surgery went great. And he said, "But there was a little piece down there by his knee, like a little loose bone down there." And he said, "I didn't think much of it. I just figured it would go back into place." Apparently it didn't. So he did another steroid shot, and Al went back to work, and we ended up back at his office again in June. And he was just like going, "Well, Mr. Wetch," he goes, "the only thing I know else to do is just give you a total knee replacement. And I'm not going to guarantee you that it's going to work. It's a 50-50 chance that it's going to work. And so, anyway, he says, now I'm going to go on vacation and you just need to book an appointment and come and see me and get a new MRI before we make a decision what we're going to do. So we leave the orthopedics, building and everything. And Al, I'm telling you, he had man pain. Man pain's different than women pain. You know that. So he was complaining and I felt really bad and everything. But we came back, to Brazoria and we got his meloxicam filled. And we had some very good friends that ran the medicine man up here, and they had issues with their neck and their shoulders and their back, and they were talking about, well, we need surgery, but we're not doing it. We're going to do stem cells. And I was going, oh, well, okay, well, tell me a little bit more about that. And they said, well, come back up here, you can watch us get the shots. And so they were so excited they were going to get these shots. They paid $14,000 for 3 shots. And I'm going, oh my gosh, $14,000. That was just, no, that wasn't in our budget because he hadn't worked really in a year and a half, so, it was.
So what were y'all trying to figure out what modality y'all wanted to go for?
What we were going to do. I was just like going, okay, do you really want to cut your leg in two? And then what if it doesn't work and you live with this pain? That's the way I looked at it,
Right.
So anyway, so there was the stem cell word going on, and I thought, and they're like going, you need to check into stem cells because that's the wave of the future. And I go, okay, but $14,000 wasn't in our budget. So, and it's so crazy how the universe just works because it wasn't within a week's time. Andy had called me and said, what are you doing, Sharon? And I said, well, I told her the story about Al. She goes, well, listen, would you be interested in coming to like a little get together? A friend from Houston's coming down and we're going to talk about this technology and it has to do with stem cell. And, I don't know what all her conversation was, but when I heard stem cell, I went, I'll be there.
That's your answer.
So I was there and, and Leah was, of course, right here in Brazoria. And, excuse me, guys. And when she came in and she told about the patches, she talked about the company and David Smith, you couldn't help but fall in love with what this company is all about and everything. And so, I had some little stash money and I said, I thought, well, I'm going to start out. I was being cheap, but I started out with the small one. And then I said, let's just see what happens. And of course, Leah was so kind. She gave us some ice wave and I ordered my pack that night. So that night, I told Al, I said, we got this stuff coming in and we're going to start patching up your knee, and anyway, he goes, okay, whatever. So it comes in and Debbie knows me that me and Karen, we've all have been into frequency and into anything alternative other than doing something else. Or if we had to do something else, we did, but we wanted to add alternative with it. So, anyway, so I got my package and I started, patching in with the Ice Wave and the 39 and the Eon. And then I got on Telegram. And I mean, I was listening to Stacy's Zooms. I mean, I couldn't get enough of her. And
go back to what patches you said you were putting on him.
I started him out with the Ice Wave, the X39, and the Eon.
Okay.
And then as I went, and once I got into Telegram and I started seeing all these testimonies, people were doing glutathione and Eon and then Ice Wave. And that's
so did you add that?
Yes, I did. And I still stuck a 39 on him. And the more I heard about it, here I'm looking for something for him. And I'm going like, I think I want to try this out for my little ADD brain. So, I kind of start using it. And before you know it, I went ahead and got the big package and we were doing it all. So anyway, so going back to the doctor, since it took us 3 months from June all the way to finally see him in September because he'd gone on vacation for a month. And then it takes several months to see him. So we went and saw him in September. And so we had our new MRI and everything. And Al, of course, took off his patches. He goes, I just can't go in there and let him see these. I said, okay, whatever. So he took them off. And anyway, so his nurse, we gave her the MRI. So the nurse gives it to him and he comes in the room. He goes, well, Mr. Wetch, how are you feeling? And he goes, well, gosh, my foot's still a little swollen and my knee's still a little tender. And he goes, well, I'm going to tell you right now. And he looked at Al like, this is the craziest thing. He goes, I see this in young kids all the time, how their knees can repair themselves. But that bone that was loose down there, it is starting to repair itself. And I can't cut on your knee. And I went, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. And Al goes, well, I can't go to work because my knee's still swollen. And he goes, what do you need from me? And he goes, I need some more time off. So he gave Al more time off. So we were butt broke poor. But hey, saved his knee. And
I know.
I guess so.
we saved his knee, and then we ended up going back, what was it, maybe 4 or 5 months later, and he just he wrote us an approval for Al to the swelling was down. He looked great and said, I can't do the surgery right now, and you can go back to work. So I mean, his knee to this day does not swell. It may ache every once in a while, but we'll patch it up. But it does not swell. He has no issues with it. So LifeWave has been a blessing for us, for him, and for me.
And how many years has that been?
That's been 3.5 years ago, girl.
What?
I know it.
And he was what we called Mr. Superman, Mr. Invincible, right, Karen? I mean, he wouldn't listen to anybody about anything.
No,
full force ahead. And when he started experiencing the knee pain, it slowed him down, which all of y'all know that when you're used to being extremely active and all of a sudden you can't move a certain part of the body, it is extremely frustrating. And these people aren't real happy because they're in pain.
Right, yeah.
So
we got the inflammation out, and once we got the swelling and the inflammation out, he was able to go back to work. But the doctor was just amazed. But I will tell you this: when we went in to see the doctor, he had his I said, you had to wear the mask. And I said, I'm telling him, Al, I am telling him. So I told him I had all my little information. And I said, when he saw it, I said, this is what we've been doing. And it's a stem cell activation patch is what it is. And we were able, and he looked at it and he took all the information I gave him and he wrote Al an approval to go back to work and says, he couldn't do it. The surgery, he's doing some kind of stem cell activation patch and he can go back to work. So he went back to work. That was 2020. Yes, gosh, 2022. Yeah, 2023, something like that.
And how's he doing?
Amazing.
Yeah.
He still patches up, right?
Oh, yes, girl. And he's had some other issues, but we're LifeWave is what we're doing, and he's doing good, And he's kept his weight down. I mean, he gets out there and works out and he mows the lawn and he stays so stinking busy. He outdoes me. He does 39, 49 carcinine every day. And then the days if his knee kind of gives him a little trouble because he overdoes it, then we do the Eon, the glutathione, and the ice wave. So every day, that's a part of our life.
I'm so proud of him. And I love the fact that he loves to eat healthy. Y'all, you should see some of the stuff Sharon makes. Even I'm like, I don't want any. What's that? Kimchi. He loves kimchi, sauerkraut.
Yes, yeah.
And he drinks, just shakes. He doesn't even ask her what's in it. He just takes it, drinks it.
Hey, I got my kefir over here making. I got my goat milk kefir. I do that.
Well, Sharon, and then you shared the patches with Debbie. Is that right?
Yes.
And then Debbie shared the patches with me.
I know.
So I have to tell you, thank you for changing my life because since you decided to do that and shared it with her, it changed mine and my husband's life. Yeah. So thank you so much for trying something different.
Yes. Because like Sharon said, I had been taught about stem cells from day one of going to college to be a doctor of naturopathy. I just knew that never fit in my budget. I just pushed that aside going, whoa, I mean, we're having beans and rice tonight for dinner. Oh, wow. And way back then, it was like $50,000 to $100,000. You had to fly into another country, which meant missing work. You had to pay for your hotel, and they had stacks of papers for you to sign all these consent forms saying there is no guarantee this may or may not work. And you wouldn't even believe what all is in the shots that they did way back then. I don't know how much different.
To a doctor last week, and she was saying that sometimes they'll get their stem cells from sheep or pig. And I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody's put
I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad you
in
said
my DNA. Like, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, listen, my little friends that got the $14,000 for their shots, I walked in after I started doing the stem cell patches, and I said, "Hey, how those shots doing?" And the wife goes, and Debbie knows him, and Karen knows him. The wife goes, "Don't even say the word stem cell. He is so mad. He wants his money back." Yes.
I thought you were gonna say. She said, "Bah."
Yeah, yeah. And I asked her, "Do you want to try the stems?" She tried them, but she couldn't remember to put them on her, So I just, so that's the way it was.
Well, can't change everybody, but you changed Mr. Al's life for
That's
sure.
right.
You changed mine. Yeah. Like Wendy said, hers, and everybody here on the screen, all of us have benefited. And it's not even putting stem cells into your body. It's light therapy. It's just light therapy. So Sharon, do you mind answering any questions? If anybody on the screen has any questions?
Oh, I don't mind. Go.
Thank you.
I don't mind. Yeah.
Anybody got a question for Sharon? Wendy, do you have more?
I don't have any questions. I've had the same experience as Al did with my rotator cuff. So, and I had the same, I had 2 tears in my rotator cuff and my bicep tendon. I tore all at once. And they said the same thing, you need to have a surgery, but I was taking care of my mom who was on hospice. So there was no way I could have a surgery even if I wanted to. So I just started patching, and 6 months later, it took about 6 months for it to heal. But I have complete full range of motion, never had any kind of surgery. That's unheard of.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is unheard of. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for sharing your story. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else you want us to know?
That is it that I can think of.
Hey,
but
Sharon, I have a question.
There you go, Miss Karen.
When you were putting the ice wave on his knee, did you do a left and right? Did you do the left knee and the right knee, or did you do it under the feet? Do you remember?
No, I would put the brown one on the top of his knee, because I do the Eon on the right, glutathione on the left, and I'd put the white on the bottom of his foot.
So you put everything on one knee. You did not use both the left and the right.
And I will tell you, not until I never done the feet until we were at conference, and Debbie, my back was out of whack, and I was patching my back, and then she goes, "Put those ice waves on the bottom of your feet, girl, and create that circuit." And so, so I did, and I'm telling you, we got to go see Elton John.
That's right, because she was like, "I'm not going to." I said, "Oh yes, you are. Let me tell you what you're fixing to do."
Maybe we need that. Maybe we need that taxi.
Oh my gosh, Karen, you should have been there with us.
Yeah.
Oh my! We were a hot.
Anybody else have anything to ask her? Okay, y'all, I'm fixing to wrap this up. And we are going to make that big announcement that you all have been waiting for. So if there's something that stirred up some kind of hope and desire in you tonight from listening to Sharon's stories and some of the questions that were being asked, that's a good thing, because that's what we wanted. And I know you're sitting there with all kinds of questions going, how do I eat? What is she talking about with kimchi and kefir and all the things? So Wendy, myself, as well as, hold on, this is giving me a message. It's time to restart. Did you get that message, Wendy? Okay, it said something about the Zoom. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, let me talk fast before it cuts me off. Myself, Wendy, and Christy all got together and put together a class where we were going to come to y'all X amount of times a week, came up with a price tag. We could not get it any lower than $1,500 for everything we were bringing in. Am I right, Wendy?
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah. And so all of us, like, simultaneously on the same page said, I have a solution. Let's bless everybody. Let's just give it away. And then we were all like, did I just say that? Yes, I did. We're going to give it away, not just to you people, but it's a place where you can come, a safe environment where we're going to educate you. We're not going to do a business of convincing. We are here to educate in a very safe place where you can come and share your health issues, your questions. We got a program lined out. Wendy will be sending all of y'all the information tonight who want it, because there is nothing we're selling, nothing we are pushing. You want to buy something, get on Amazon and do your thing and go crazy with it, because we are doing nothing but teaching.
Well, and what I love about it too is it's not just, you know, a lot of times I've been to classes and it's kind of a lead up to, okay, now you got to buy this thing. Like it's always a lead up to something else. This is actually a lined out step-by-step program that is a how-to on how to do it. So, so we're planning on meeting once a week at the same time. So that'll be easy because everybody's already used to meeting at this time. So we'll meet once a week for 4 weeks. And then we're going to set up a Facebook group for people to talk to each other and ask questions. And I was super excited about it. I have already started the program myself. And
she was that excited, y'all. I said, wait, what program did you start? She said, the one you got lined out. I said, I'm so proud of you. Now tell them the rest.
Yeah, so for first week I already lost 4.5 pounds, so which was amazing. Woo! Because y'all, something happens after 50. I don't know, but the body doesn't want to lose it anymore. It's like no, we want to stay on your body, you know. So I lost 4.5 pounds, and I got in a horrible car accident on Friday night. Horrible, totaled my car. And I want y'all to know my recovery has been amazing. Between the food program that I'm doing right now, because I was eating so good. My inflammation was down so much already. And then the patches and the Volvo, thank God I have a Volvo, had a Volvo. I got to get a new car. If y'all have any suggestions on a good new car, I'll probably get another Volvo. But anyway, the program has been easy. It's so simple to follow. It's probably the most simple one that I've ever followed. And I'm just loving it. So
and it's easy. It's good food. You're eating. There's nothing inflammatory. Nothing. Which means when you're not inflamed, you're not in pain. So any pain that you have or whatever is going to go away. You got to keep all the eliminative channels open. I know I'm trying to get into education right now, but we have the program, have it all right here. And I just sent it to Wendy, and Wendy's like, I already started the program. This was 2 or 3 days later, and she was feeling great, had tons of energy. It's stuff that I've used before. It's a reset. It's a total reset. That's why I told y'all I revamped my goals this year. Every year I always get with the people that I love the most, and I get with some of my top clients that have been with me for close to 40 years, and I go, what else can I do to overserve, to take it to the top? So a couple of years ago, it was adding the written money back guarantee for those who want it. I mean, I'm just going to ask y'all how many of y'all's medical doctors do that for you. And I cook for everybody. Now we got 3 little puppy chihuahuas for little pet therapy. Okay, it's therapy for me, but I'm sharing the therapy with y'all. They are so cute. They're so sweet. There's so much love in this place, and we are giving and serving. But here's the thing. Thank you, Karen. I am asking y'all to help Wendy and I, as well as Christy, to get this word out. For all the times you've heard people say, I can't afford it. They can't afford this. They can't afford. You got no excuses. I just showed Wendy. I said, I don't know how to post this. on the screen. I said, so I'm going to send it to you so you can send it. I just paid $4,995 for a Tony Robbins seminar. And I do this like every 3 months. And that's not the only school I go to. All of y'all who know me know I'm full-time into college and all the classes, CEUs. I teach, I do meetings. I'm doing everything I can. And I went, you know what? I can't do this by myself. And Wendy's like, I hear you, girl. And we just formed our team, encircled Christy. So bring your families. Do this as a culture. Get your family members in, your mom, your dad. Go get your next door neighbor that you see hobbling out to the mailbox. They're having a hard time. They don't know they have a choice. And we have made this extremely simple. I'm talking, I got your grocery list made out. Wendy's going to coach y'all through everything. Any question you got, she's the, like, I call her the Facebook queen, the technology queen. She's the one that sets all this stuff up. I'm just going to come in and open my mouth and talk and teach, and we're going to interact with y'all every Thursday evening.
Okay.
And when this is over, it's over. I'm not doing another one because it's been exhausting trying to do. Y'all, I'm still getting up at 3 a.m. making people's water, okay? And I don't charge for this. So I'm coming in asking y'all to help me do a favor to help heal the world. I am trying to do this for all of y'all. And Wendy and Christy have been kind enough to go, let's do this. And we're going to gift y'all with it. Wendy, is there anything else you want to add before the thing cuts us off?
No, I'm just super, super excited to be able to do this with you guys. Debbie has such amazing people around her, and we're going to bring in a bunch of my people too. So it's going to be a great community. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, let's do this.
Any
Get
questions?
the information out so we can look at it.
I know. Wendy's like,
Sure.
I got all this ready. And I'm like, you do? She's like, yeah. I'm like, thank you. All I got to do is just, I scribble. I'm a pen and paper kind of girl. And then I take pictures and notes like this. And I send it to Wendy and go, can you read my writing? She's like, no, but I'll figure it out. And she has lined it up and it's ready to go. And she's ready to go. And we're going to do our meeting next week. Will be the first class, and we're going to go through more of the details. So make sure you have your questions written down. It's a super simple grocery list. You're going to save a bunch. Well, you're going to spend a little bit on the bone broth, but even HEB has an organic box of bone broth because you're going to need that, and your Celtic salts. I'm just telling y'all that. So y'all want to get that through Amazon or through whoever. Anything else I need to add? Anybody got a question before we sign off?
Are we going to have is it going to be in a Facebook group too? Or
yes,
is it just
Wendy's doing all that.
All right, cool.
About it, Wendy.
So
how do we make sure we're on there, Debbie?
So what
how do we make sure we're on there?
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to get back on here next Thursday.
Okay.
And we'll make sure that everybody is are y'all all in the chat group? The Dr. Debbie and KV show chat group. Okay, so I'm going to be communicating through that, but we're also going to get on this call on next Thursday, and I'll give you the link to the Facebook group.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Does that make sense? Are you fired up like we are?
Ready.
That's
Ready.
huge, y'all. I've not done that. I give away so much already that probably about 50% of what I do is giving it away. But I can do that at my age.
Yeah.
You know what? When you hit a certain age, you got to start teaching what you've learned through your life experiences, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm calling on like-minded people. I know every one of you up on this screen. And I know all of y'all love Jesus. You love to serve other people. Come on, we're a like-minded group. I got my in-home meeting tomorrow. Y'all need to write this down. Wendy, I sure wish you lived next door. I'm just saying. Last Friday of every month from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Ken will tell you I have him pick up a whole bunch of the food from HEB. I treat y'all like kings and queens. It's like one big holiday here. And it's also forming a network of people so that if ever I'm out of state or somebody can't reach me and they need help with something, they know the people, all of y'all, that they can call on to come help them. Because again, I can't do it all. I can't. And so I need y'all's help. And I know y'all want to help, every one of you. Anything else? I'm going to let y'all go. What time is it, Wendy? Did I stay on time?
104.
104.
Okay, I did good. Give me a hand, please. Thank y'all so much for coming on, Sharon. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony, Wendy. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you, Debbie. Thank you for giving and giving and giving. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sweet. You're so welcome.
Have a great week.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Bye.